Hi, welcome back to my channel, Preparing for Retirement. My name is Martha, and I am preparing for my retirement in January of 2026. This channel is about my journey to getting there, and I'm hoping to learn lots from the community and to share what I've learned here. So today's video, we're going to go over how we managed to have a 5-day trip over the holidays to Philadelphia, spend New Year's Eve in Philadelphia, all for less than $100 a day. And that's all in. That's hotels, transportation, meals, everything. $500 less, less than $500 over 5 days. So, um, so let's talk about Philadelphia. So why did we want to go to Philadelphia on New Year's Eve? Well, we had a close friend child was getting married, and so we really wanted to attend that. And we started looking at the cost of flying in and the hotels and everything, and we thought this is going to very, very quickly become a $3,000 trip that we did not. Uh, it wasn't in our long-term plan when we planned out our test trip to elsewhere in the world for the spring. So I started thinking about right away, what can I do to defray the cost of this trip? What can I get for free? So the first thing I looked at was flights. And the flights, of course, were going to be absolutely exorbitant. Number one, you're flying over the holidays, and number two, you're flying into a major city that has a big celebration for New Year's Eve, and then they have the Mummers Day parade that a lot of people go there for that the day after. And we just thought, no, we're not going to try to fly in and deal with the Uber rides to and from and all that stuff. We just don't want to deal with that. So we went ahead and decided to drive. So at that point, we know we're going to be paying for gas. So that is going to be one cost we're going to have to deal with. So I started looking at hotels. So we knew it was going to be a stop on the way, then 2 nights in Philadelphia, and then a stop on the way back. So we had the 2 nights in Philadelphia. We wanted to be downtown. So I started looking for IHG hotels because I do have the IHG card, which is just a fantastic card. I have a link below if you want to apply for it. But I was able to use about 40,000 points to get 2 nights in downtown Philadelphia, right downtown, right near the wedding venue. The wedding was going to be at 7 o'clock at night, and the reception will go up until midnight. So it's right downtown. So I wanted to be close to that. I didn't want to be driving around and all that, or getting an Uber and all that. So anyway, we did go ahead and find a hotel for about 40,000 points. Now those points are free. I did not buy those points. You can buy ISG points and you can get a good deal on them if you wait for their buy one, get one deal. It ends up being about 5 cents per point, or a half a cent per point, excuse me. But these points were actually free. I have been using the card all this year, using it for groceries, for the cost for our home renovation, for everything, and then just paying it off at the end of the month so I don't incur any interest charges. So these points are actually free points. So we got the 2 nights in the Philadelphia hotel for free. That includes breakfast. So there's 2 meals we don't have to worry about. Okay, so let's talk about the hotels on the way up and on the way back. I started looking around at all my other travel memberships. I used to do a lot of business travel. It's winding down now because I'm nearing retirement. I've already given my retirement notice to the company. So my travel is starting to wind down a little bit. And I realized that I still have a bunch of American airline miles that I needed to use. And I wasn't going to be taking personal trips on American like I had been. We would normally use those miles. One time my husband and I got, between the two of us, our American Airlines balance, we ended up getting tickets to Australia and back. So, you can really get a big bang for your buck with those miles. But anyway, that was a lot of miles too. That was a lot of miles that we used, but we had big balances. So anyway, I'm starting to wind that down. So I didn't really have that many miles on my account, certainly not enough for another big trip like that. So I thought, let me see what kind of deals I can get through American if I can transfer those miles for hotels. Well, it turns out, and I have a video to share. I'm going to queue up in just a moment. But it turns out that you can use those miles to actually book hotels. And so we managed to find one hotel on the way up and then one hotel on the way down. And we booked both of those. They included breakfast. So again, another meal taken care of each time. And I'll go ahead and show you how to do that now.
So I wanted to give a quick demonstration on how you can use your unused airline miles to book hotels. Um, I used to travel a lot on American. I used to have very high status with American. For a while, I was executive platinum. Um, and I used those air miles in a variety of trips, including one trip that was round trip to Australia for my husband and myself. But now I find that I'm winding down my travel, and I have something like 12,000 miles left that I need to use, and coincidentally, I need a hotel. So I thought I would walk people through how you can use your airplane miles to book a hotel, which is a little bit different. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go into your Advantage account or sign into your American Airlines account, excuse me, then go to your Advantage account and you're going to choose Use Miles. Now, if you scroll down, you see the different ways that you can use your miles with different programs, book a rental car, that sort of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Book a Hotel. And then from there, I'm going to go down to Book Now. You can see it's loaded how many miles I have available at this point. I have 12,000 miles available that I need to use. And so I'm going to go ahead and choose Redeem Miles. And then I'm going to choose a location. Let's choose, Fayetteville, North Carolina. Let's say we want to stay one night, February 6th, and it's for both of us. So at that point, I'm going to click search. Okay, so it's going to bring up both hotels that you are able to cover totally with points, and also it's going to bring up your miles with cash options. So let's say that I chose this Holiday Inn and Suites. I can go ahead and see the price options here. Now I don't have 14,000 miles, so let's see if there are any options for me to use the miles I have. Yes, I can redeem it for 10,000 points and $40. So, that's always an option for you. Or if I want to just use up as many points as possible and not pay anything, um, I can find something that's less. You can see that there are hotels here that are a lot less that have plenty high enough ratings, I think. So I will be doing more some more business travel next year. So I don't need to use them all up because I'll, be adding more to them. So if I was interested in this Country Inn and Suites, I could go here. It has a guest rating of 8.9, which is not bad. You can see the reviews. Um, that's a big one to me, cleanliness. It's right off of Interstate 95. So if I'm on a trip and we're just doing a quick stop, that's pretty attractive. Um, Here's one recently, clean and courteous staff. So, you know, anyway, so I can go ahead there and click the free breakfast offer. So let's see what we've got. Okay, so here we go. This one's non-refundable. I don't want that. So here's the free breakfast with free cancellation. I can show all room rates if I want to. Not quite sure what's the difference between these two. Let's see. Okay, this is a double bed non-smoking. Plus we got two beds, two doubles, one king. Okay, so here we go. So one king bed, non-smoking, free breakfast, 12,000. Perfect. So here I can go ahead I'm going to click price options, and now I'm just going to go ahead and use the 12,000. Now this is with me only having Advantage Gold, which frankly is because I have their executive card. Because I used to, as I said, I used to travel all the time. I had platinum executive. So if you have a higher status, it's going to cost you less points here. So here, I'm going to go ahead and click this one. Okay, so now I have to go in and I have to confirm all the information and then book it. So it may ask you for a card just to reserve it, but that's as far as I'm going to go with this tutorial. So that's how you can use your airline miles up before you leave the United States with hotel rooms. So one of my methods to using those points to their fullest.
So, in terms of, so by this point now we've gotten all of our hotels and we decided that all we're going to be paying for in transportation is the gas. So now we just have our meals and we just have our Uber to and from the wedding. So we were able to come in at less than $500. Now let me show you the application that I use on my phone to track spending. I wanted to test this app out. It's called Travel Spend. I have an Android phone. It was available just in the Google Play Store. I went ahead and downloaded it, and I found it very, very easy to use. And I'm just using the free version. I'm not paying for anything. But I'm going to show you that app now, and you can see exactly how much we spent on our trip and how much per day. So this is the program that we use to track our spending for when we travel now. And you can see here that I've got our Philadelphia wedding trip that we took. Um, and this is the main screen with all your stats on it. Once you've entered everything, you can see that our entire trip came to $445. We had a daily average of $89. I had a budget of $500. Um, and I just want to bring up that this is the free version. This is not anything paid. You can see our distribution, 28% on restaurants, 69% with transportation. Um, so actually the transportation, a big part of that was we had to pay $36 a day for 3 days up in Philadelphia just to park our car. So it's $108. So if we hadn't had to do that, because we were right in downtown New Year's Eve weekend, if we hadn't had to do that, then our costs would have gone down significantly. It would have gone down to somewhere around $70 a day that we would have spent, and it would have been, mainly restaurants and gasoline to get up there. So, anyway, this is a really great program. I'm looking forward to using it when we travel, in other countries because it does handle the different currencies. And so, anyway, this is the app that we like. Okay, so in addition to that, I try to find different ways to be able to get, free little cards, free little digital gift cards and money and things like that. So I just had a couple of other ideas on ways that you can earn money really for doing very little. And those two ways actually have produced about $1,600 for me, that actually $1,700 for me, excuse me, and are still producing, that I've been able to use towards our cruise, towards just groceries and daily activities and things like that. Um, in fact, the United Healthcare card, rewards card that I'm going to show you, I'm now in the process of earning money to bring that on our cruise. And we didn't get the drinks package, but that card is going to pay for the beers that my husband will want to get on the cruise, so that we don't have to, pay for drinks package for both of us. We're just going to go ahead and do that, which means that his beer is going to be paid for. So I'm very excited about that, and I'll show that right here. Okay, so as I had mentioned, I do use different tools to be able to save money here and there. Some of these are really great, and people really don't tend to talk about them. So the first one that I've been using is actually through my insurance company, through my employer, and it's called United Healthcare Rewards. And if you have United Healthcare, log into your My UHC account. You'll first log in, you'll be on the dashboard. Scroll down to the bottom and you can see Earn with UHC Rewards. And you can see I've already earned $125.50. So you go to UHC Rewards here, and it works this way on the app as well. So you'll be able to see it on the app. But you're going to sync well, okay, there's two things. So the first thing is they have activities that can be completed without a fitness tracker. And then other activities you need to sync up to a fitness tracker. So I happen to have a Samsung Galaxy Watch. It doesn't sync up with that, but it does sync up with Google Fitbit or Google Fit, excuse me. And then I synced up my watch to Google Fit. There's a process to it, but it works just fine. And so I'm earning money every single day. And you can see here, so for 5 days a week, if I walk 1,000 steps or move 30 minutes, I'll earn $2.50 for that. So 50 cents a day. And then, however many, I don't tend to do as well in the sleep thing. I can't seem to sleep 7 hours, but you can earn another 250 in 5 days there. And then there's actually a step up on this. It's not just 10,000 steps, it's 5,000 steps and then 10,000 steps. You can actually earn a maximum of that of 75 cents a day. And the thing is that this is just happening while I'm working. So I'm not even registering it. It's just happening. And then there are other things that you can do, get a biometric screening. So I actually went ahead and ordered a test kit for that. So I don't even have to go into the doctor to do that. And that's $50. And then if you get your annual checkup, well, that's $25. Virtual visit. And then they keep adding more and more reward activities. I know there were surveys on here. You can see a bunch of things that I've completed. I did a cost estimate. I connected a tracker. So, I've already earned quite a bit of money. And with this, it's just I really like this program a lot. You can take a look at in your app. I don't think it shows it here on the computer, but you can take a look on your app, the activities you've had. But here it goes into, if you want to do an activity, you just click into it and it'll show you where you're at with that. And you can, let me see if it'll show me the earnings. Yes, it does. Okay. So here you can see my activity detail. So I've got both the 5,000 and the 1,000 steps for basically every day. So, it's giving me 75 cents a day, but then when I complete it, it's giving me another $2.50. So every week I'm earning, in essence, $5 just for breathing, just for moving around. And you can see back. Uh, okay, so what I do is when I have a sum in here, like the 72.50, if I decide, okay, I'm going to go ahead and redeem that, I click redeem. And then there's a variety of ways that you can do it. You can either put it towards an Apple Watch if you want an Apple Watch, buy a tracker, all these different things. You could transfer it directly to your HSA. I'm going to go ahead and do a Visa gift card because I'm already maxing out my HSA, so that won't help me. But I'm going to do a Visa gift card. And then what I do with that Visa gift card, is I load it onto my Google Pay account. And then I've used them different ways from there. Um, I tried to I tried to load an Amazon preloaded card with that so that we could just use it against our Amazon purchases. It didn't work that way. But I did find that if I put it on my Google Pay and then I can go and I can buy groceries, I can buy, if I want to get a coffee at Dunkin' Donuts, if I want to do this, if I want to do that, I can do all those things. And so it's really been helpful. Um, and then of course you can see your prior orders and you can see what your balances are and what your activity's been on those orders. And I think it's going to load up here in a second. Yep, you can see that I've already gotten $262 out of this. And so it adds up. And that's just in this year. That's just in 2024. That's what I've made. So, it really does make a difference. So that's one of the two things that I do. Um, Another thing that I did is uh, I did switch from Verizon to T-Mobile. And if you are doing that, and not only are you going to save a lot of money because Verizon has gotten very expensive. I say this as a person who was with Verizon for about 20 years and I switched over to T-Mobile. And T-Mobile has a program when you do that that they will pay off or reimburse you for paying off your phones. Well, my husband and I had gotten phones not too long ago. So we actually got gift cards from T-Mobile for $1,500. And I turned around and took that money and I put it on towards our cruise this spring and paid the cruise off. So, I'm always looking for ways that I can earn a little bit of money in different places. Um, Another example is I got a gift card from a vendor for Uber. Well, actually, it could be for several different things, but I applied it towards Uber. And then on my trip to Philadelphia that I was just talking about, I used that Uber gift card towards our cheesesteak sandwich or cheesesteak sub, whatever you call it. Don't hate me for this. Whatever you call it in Philadelphia. I applied that towards our experience. And so that ended up being free for us. So these are all things that I like to do that maybe aren't as normal, the normal, points, plays, and stuff like that that people talk about. But I'm always looking for um, something that is going to pay me for activity that I'm already doing. Um, I'll go a little bit out of my way, like with the UHC rewards, but with some of the programs that um, that want you to do certain things like take surveys, stuff like that. I've tried all that and it's you don't get paid anywhere near, what your time is worth, in my opinion. And so I'm not going out of my way for that. But this kind of stuff, it just drops into your lap. It's just that you're not looking for it, right? You're not looking for it. So, I've had United Healthcare now for 4 years. And I just happened to be on the platform earlier this year and I looked around, I'm like, UHC rewards, because I'm used to these rewards programs, and usually you can use your rewards towards a water bottle, or you can do, it usually is nothing special. Well, it happened that they had transitioned over to a digital gift card. And so I was like, oh, now hang on a minute, that's different. I'm interested in that. So, look at the programs that you're already involved in, see if there's anything for you there. And I know they're just it's basically social engineering, but the fact is that it's free cash for me for doing what I'm already doing. So anyway, um, that's that. Okay, so anyway, that is how we got our Philadelphia trip for less than $500 for 5 days over New Year's Eve. And in addition to that, I showed you two other ways that I was able to find money savings this year. And so far or last year, that amounted to $1,800 worth of savings that I was able to apply elsewhere. So if you like this content, please go ahead and give me a like and subscribe. And I'll be putting out more content. I will be sharing in the next month or so. I'll be sharing how we managed to get our test trip scheduled and paid for with free flights, free hotels, the whole 9 yards. I'm going to go ahead and share how we did that. And so that's coming up as well as future net worth videos. So I really hope that everyone has a wonderful day and God bless. Bye bye.